Okay, welcome back. Today I'm going to be scrapping this. It's a lighting ballast or transformer from a parking lot pole light. As you can see, it weighs about 7 pounds, 7.5 pounds. They're fairly easy to break open, so let's get started. Okay, in order to open up that ballast, these are the tools you're going to need. An old hatchet, doesn't have to be sharp or anything. And a hammer. Now, you probably want a bigger hammer than this, but I actually cracked the handle on my mallet, so this is all I've got today. So I'll show you what to do. Okay, so what you do, you might be able to see it, I'm not sure. Right here you see there's a weld here, and they come down here and here. So usually what I do is I just take the hatchet, put it in the weld, and give it a bang. There you go. So I cracked it that time, so this one shouldn't take too long to open up. Alright, so I'm going to just whack away at that, and then I'll start the video over again. Okay. There we go. So that's half of it done. So now I just do the same thing on the other side. A couple of whacks and should be done. So let me get at that. Okay, so as you can see, I've got those welds broken, and this is what you're left with, is the core and the copper windings. So usually what I do is I find the thicker end. So that's the thicker end right there. So that's the thinner end. Okay. So usually what I do is I'll try to knock the copper off of here and down that way. So I'm just going to try that and see how it works. Okay, so this ballast is actually being a little grumpy with me. So what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to put my hatchet right there, and then I'm going to bang it with the hammer and see if I can break through the copper there. Okay, there we go, I broke through it. Should be pretty easy to get off there now, because you can see I've broken right through. Alright, so let's try this again. Okay, so I finally got all the iron out. And as you can see, that's solid copper in there. And this one in here, solid copper as well. Sometimes the larger one is aluminum, so I always check that first. So yeah, this is going to be copper and that's going to be copper. Okay, so now that I've got the iron separated from the copper, I've got two options. I could just throw the copper in. Sometimes I'll throw that in with my insulated number 2, depending on how much time I have and how much time I want to invest. I don't have that much to scrap at the moment, so I'm going to try to get all this out and get some bare copper out of it. So I've got that torn apart now, so let's get a tally on what we've got left. Okay, so I've got about 6 pounds of iron there. So that probably means I've got about 1.5 pounds of copper, so let's check. Okay, so I've got almost 14 ounces, so almost 1 pound of bare number 2 copper, which is a really good haul, especially for 10 to 12 minutes work. And I've got about 1/2 pound of number 2 insulated copper, which is also pretty good. Okay, so that is scrapping a lighting transformer, or a ballast. The smaller ones I usually call ballast, those I call transformers. Same thing. So it took about 10 to 12 minutes to do that from start to finish. And to get almost a pound of bear number two in 10 minutes is really good. And I also have a half pound of insulated number two and 6 pounds of iron to go in the bucket. So, yeah, definitely worth scrapping those transformers whenever you get a chance. See you next time, and remember to subscribe.